Okay, hey, what's up, you guys? This is Occult TV. I'm O'Shea, as well. You can call me Atanu. And actually, today we're going to be talking about the Daimon. So, what is the Daimon? Your greatest version, your higher self? Let's get into this. So, something that I just wrote down to begin with, your Daimon is what you use to create your reality. It's always leading you and guiding you. So, your daemon is that aspect of yourself, your higher self, which is the full remembrance, understanding, and cognizance of who you are and as well who you were before incarnating. It is what has led you throughout each and every lifetime. It is your cognizance. When we look at claircognizance, right? When we use claircognizance, we're tapping into an aspect of ourselves in order to know, understand, or gravitate information to us. If we just know something, like for myself, I used to just think, where do thoughts come from? Where 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 is all of this? Am I just perceiving it? Is it just in my mind? And these things actually used to give me at times in the past existential terror. But the more that I started to understand my truths, I saw why I was seeing in that way, why I was led in that way to understand what this was or what this is. I even remember in my English 205 class that the teacher asked something and then I said something really deep and she's like, "Oh, like that really like blew her away." And she's like, where how'd you think of that? Where did that come from? And I'm like, I don't know, just my mind. Like, and then she's like, "Oh, like very good." And that's honestly, some people think that this is so shocking or so hard, but it's just going within, tapping into your own essence, your own self, your soul, your psyche, and then from that channeling answers, channeling to yourself what you need to say, what you need to do, who you need to become, and as well with that, the vision that you're creating, right? Your daemon is all of this. It's you at your greatest version that's not limited at all by this life. And through signs and synchronicities, experiences, we are led to commune with our daemon. We are communing with our daemon. And sometimes we don't know it, but then other times we reflect back and we can see that, oh, my daemon orchestrated that. The greatest version of myself that is creating this reality, and that when I choose to tap into, I become the creator of my reality. So it's by embracing your daemon, actualizing your true and full potential, becoming it, and then bringing that down, taking on the vibration, the awareness, the frequency of your daemon, and then drawing in that awareness and bringing it into yourself, and then every day repeatedly trying to solidify it until one day it is fully integrated. It's the same thing with working with a deity, working with Lucifer, King Paimon, Thoth, Horus, Shiva, Kali. These are all archetypes. These are all avatars, and archetypes and embodiments of energies or energies that embody a certain archetype, and then we can use those archetypes to understand ourselves. So when I invoke Thoth, I'm invoking wisdom, right? But if I'm not growing my own source, then I'm just taking on more of Thoth's energy and becoming more of Thoth. And he's more becoming my source. Same with Lucifer, you know? So it's about always stepping up to maintain your source, embrace your source, and then do the things you need to feed that source. So when you work with your daemon, you're awakening your source. And then from that, you're feeding it your infinite truth, wisdom, your divine potential, and you're now being liberated by your daemon. You're being liberated by your soul and its light, its energy, its frequency. It's waking you up. It's a higher vibration than you. So by bringing it and drawing it into yourself, by invoking it, just as you would Thoth, just as you would Lucifer, you are now embodying and taking on your own highest vibration, your own highest emanation. And you can see yourself as a deity, right? You can see yourself as, like, you know, what, however you see your daemon, or trying to actualize your potential. See that, visualize it, imagine it. But when you do that as well, pull it into yourself, embody, and know it to be true. Know that to be you. And then doing this, we're transmuting ourselves. We're using alchemy to better understand ourselves and who we're meant to become. And then through that alchemy, we're transmuting ourselves into our vision. Because this is what we have to do in order to become our true self, actualize our potential. We have to envision our true self. We have to see them, imagine it, fully imagine it, bring it to fruition. Have it be so holographic, so solid from the ethers or the imagination, the mental reality within your mind. Shape that and then start to embody it day by day. Go about the mannerisms of that being. Go about the mannerisms of your highest self. The daemon is the intermediary between your reality, between your higher self and you. There's you in the 3D or the physicality. Then there's your daemon. I'm not going to really, it's not stuck to a dimension, but we'll say your daemon's the 5th dimension, and then your higher self is the 10th and 12th, right? So the way that your higher self that is in these higher dimensions, that does not communicate with word rather than signs, synchronicities, thoughts, vibrations, patterns, right? Whether it be mental patterns, patterns in your life, thought patterns. It's about using. So what your higher self, like your higher self, your soul, your psyche, the original embodiment of you, your daemon was created your daemon, right? And your daemon is what navigates the astral realm and the astral plane of existence. So that's your true self, you could say. And then as we have our true self roaming in those areas, in those dimensions, those vibrations and frequencies, that's our true self. That is the avatar of our higher self. And then it being the avatar of our self, we are the avatar of our daemon. So our daemon is what incarnated and is actually held vibrationally, so to speak, within some space in time, or some place in time and space, which I can consider or call the halls of Amenti, I want to say. Because I remember one time, actually a long time ago, I was led by Thoth into the halls of Amenti, and I was laying in a sarcophagus. And then as I was laying in that sarcophagus, he's like, "That's you." And then I was like, "Well, what does this mean though? Like, that's me, but what?" And then I started to go through a whole bunch of journeys to explain to me that what that meant. So my daemon vibrationally was asleep in the halls of Amenti. And the thing is, I didn't know how to. It was just there. It was just laying there, sleeping. And then at some point, as I started to wake up, I saw that it was filling with light or energy. So it's kind of like, it's weird. It's kind of like a video game. Life is a holographic simulation, right? And as I went and traveled, traversed the many different realms and planes, the main one being the Cliffoth, and I started to enter into my power. It's actually at some point that my daemon was awakened and unlocked, and I saw this as like an image of a giant being awakened, like literally just like waking up, and I knew this to be myself. Um, my divine name and the name I go by is Atanu, because I find a lot of correlations with that as well. As I evolved, I noticed that my true name evolved. So it was Atanu, and then it went from that to a new one. And so it's the more that I chose to go about my path and walk my path that I was even able to awaken my daemon and become my greatest version, become who I was meant to. I was led by my higher self and my the beings that I work with and my spirit guides. And the thing is, when I looked back at it, I was always saying my spirit guides, my spirit guides, my spirit guides. But the thing is, at the end of the day, your daemon or higher self is what is organizing everything, and your guides are but conduits of conduits and aspects or fractals of the universe, each an aspect in their own right, helping you to awaken that aspect and divine potential, awaken that aspect within you so that you can understand your divine potential, and then awaken like you empower your source from that. And that is the daemon, is that source within you that is always driving you forward, that is giving you good advice, that is helping you out vibrationally. Like, I see my daemon astral projecting, or I see my daemon just doing random things in the astral. It's over here, it's doing that, and then it's doing that, and I'll just tune in and check on it using an astral double, in which I view and see to understand what my daemon's doing. And as well, I've noticed this on psychedelics, that when I entered into the stream of consciousness, because I had Belial and Lucifer with me, I was guided through my daemon. My guides are with me, and then I was guiding myself, because at the end of the day, it's my daemon is what is pulling me through these trials, these challenges, these tribulations, because I kept doing the things to magnetize and pull forward um my higher self and my greatest version. I was doing the work, I was doing the meditations, I was exercising, I was eating healthy. I was meditating at some point for a good 2 to 3 hours a day. And I was just trying to integrate these energies and find my purpose. Try to understand who I was. And it's in the Cliffoth. It wasn't until I actually went into the Cliffoth and I started to uncover the different aspects of myself and integrate my shadow, because the shadow is a big aspect of the daemon. It's once we integrate our shadow, our inner child, our spirit animal, um we start to understand and know our true self, this is when we become and start to become our daemon. We've been initiated into the process. Why? Why do we have a daemon? Why do we go through the cliff off? What is the cliff off? Another video. But why all of this? So when we incarnate, we are all universe and source. We are all divine vibrations. And it's actually through the incarnation and the reincarnation process that we forget ourselves. We forget who we are. We forget why we're here. We forget our past lives. We forget our divinity. Only if you've collected enough energy or have done enough work in past lives can you actually come back with full omniscience or awareness of who you are. And that's why it's always good to put in your full potential and work in every life, even if you don't think that you can make it that far spiritually. It's always about putting in the work so that you gain those levels when you die. Everything in this life is to teach you. Everything in this life is to prepare you for death. How are you going to die? Are you going to die doing no spiritual work? Nothing? Barely meditating every day? But say you're meditating? Or are you going to die having meditated, having done the rituals, having done the work, having pushed through the fear? Not letting it be a blockage or a barrier, because when we die, that's when true fear is put upon us, because we are put face to face with our truths and we cannot negate them, we cannot say no, but we have to embrace them fully, for it is our last breath. And this being that, it's what we imagined, what we visualized, felt, and created within our minds, what we knew that we created in this life, that is what we will gain in the afterlife. That is what we will gain when we transition and we cross over. It is in death that we are shown our true reality and what we are meant for and what we created while we were here. So embrace creation. Have it be at the forefront of your thought, what you were creating while you were here, what you were doing. All of these things are a reflection of your daemon, what you feel you need to do, the archetypes that make you up. Embrace them, embody them. This ties as well into your divine will, your true will and purpose. What is divine will? What is your true will? Well, the true will is, in a sense, it's as the purpose that you incarnated here for. You could say it that it's the blueprint or the map in a video game. It's the things that you need to get done in order to understand yourself, wake yourself up, and know your true awareness. It's what you need to follow to become and embrace your daemon, become your greatest version, and then go about the journey to become that, to collect that. A lot of people, their great work or their true will is to be an occultist, to leave certain magical path workings, books, knowledge, wisdom behind. Others, it's music. They leave their true will through the frequencies and the vibrations in music. Some, it's acting, right? And they try to leave that behind by the certain roles that they played, such as, rest in power, Chadwick Boseman. He played the Black Panther. He came, you could say he came here, he incarnated all to play that part. And then, you know, they say he died at 44 cancer. I don't believe that. We're not going to get into that. But he came here and he did that. Same with Denzel Washington. He played a great role as Malcolm X. Malcolm X, why did he come here? He came here to liberate people, to free them, to speak his word and help them understand their own freedom. The same with Tupac. Through music, he was a great poet, a great philosopher, a great speaker. Jimi Hendrix with guitar. Aleister Crowley, even though he didn't cross the abyss, Aleister Crowley in Magic. Anton LaVey. We look at anyone that shaped a path before us that no one had shaped. That is them being guided by their daemon, their inner spirit, to walk down a path that has not been trotted or tread before, that has not been walked. They're following the path that no one else can walk, no one else can pave, because they're following the path of their soul. That is your true will. That is your divine purpose. What you feel called or led to do is your true will, is your purpose, your destiny. And then it's from fulfilling that feeling by embracing and doing it every day, working towards, like Noah with his ark, you work towards the outcome. You create things. It's from creating this work, whether it be a book, a video, or writing, in some way that will push you forward to become more independent, become more economic. You know, you gain money from your book, then, or from selling your book, you gain money from your book. You gain connections, you gain status, you gain wealth, all from creating something, right? Channeling through yourself something greater than yourself that you can bring forward to humanity and into reality to better them. And in the process, you become your greatest version, bettering yourself. That's the true will, how it ties into the daemon, because the daemon comes here for a purpose. It has an inclining, a feeling, a need to do something. Why does it need to do that? Why does it feel that way? Why do some people feel called towards cooking? Some people towards the occult? Some people towards being a candle maker, right? Someone being an artist and someone being a businessman. It's something in their soul, in their psyche, that has came here before and over again, that knows this world and its ways. The soul is formless in nature. It's receptive. It's dark matter, energy, you could say. So it's not a part of this illusion. But using archetypes and understandings, we can gain these understandings through these concepts so that we can understand and embody our true self, our daemon, our higher self through those concepts. And one of them could be us and what we see ourselves as. Do you see yourself as a musician, right? A singer, an artist, a businessman? It's all how you define and interpret what makes you feel good. That is your muse. It's that muse that will lead you in the right direction because it's a feeling. That's your daemon. By embracing your daemon, embracing your skills, your abilities, it's through that we become our greatest version. Such as me here in front of this video. I make this video for you guys, yes, but through making the videos, I'm leaving behind my will. I'm immortalizing myself. I'm becoming my greatest version through what I say. It's like, oh, I said that. I channeled and brought forward that wisdom from myself, from my collect knowledge of what I know and understand, but as well just subsiding my ego and being receptive to what needs to come through. It's through being receptive to our soul, our psyche, and our higher nature that we can embody our daemon and help fulfill our great work. Our daemon is here. We are our daemon, but our daemon is here. We are an avatar of it to fulfill the divine work that we have, to fulfill our destiny, to embrace our journey and fulfill our destiny. Just as well, my name is O'Shea. That ties into the word Shay. Shay in Egypt is the concept of fate, the concept of destiny. And it's through that fate we understand and know ourselves. Shay is with everyone. Shay, they say back in Egypt, is a deity that was with everybody. It was, and then the Greeks later called it the Agatheo Daemon. It was with everyone. It was their fortune. It was their destiny, their fate, their will, what they were doing in this life, in this reality. It followed them. It was with them, a concept with them, similar to Ma'at. Ma'at was with you. If you embraced Ma'at, if you embraced balance, truth, wisdom, knowledge. So, same with this video. I'm embracing that concept within myself as I give you guys the knowledge, the awareness, the understanding of your true self, of your daemon. And in this moment, I'm being your Shay. I'm doing my job. I'm serving my purpose. And then from that, I'm embracing and embodying my true will. After this, I as well do music. I play guitar. I'm going to try to make a song or record a few videos, do some things, but try to make a song. And in that song, I want to help people to relieve themselves of depression, anxiety, illness, worries. And just from having it be a good song and make them feel good, the lyrics, right? And in that way, I'm also fulfilling my true will because I'm showing people through what I'm creating source and music. I want it to be so beautiful, not only because I'm a Libra, right? But because I want people to embrace, embody their highest potential when they listen to it and become their greatest version. That's why I want it to be so beautiful and well articulated and drawn out. It's the same with a nice story or a good writing, a good poem. It's when someone chooses to transcend themselves, to bypass their ego and step into becoming their greatest version. This is when they're fulfilling their great work. They're bringing forward something greater than themselves and they're giving it to other people. A quote by Shakespeare is what is it? The whole point or purpose to being here is to get as close as to God as you can and then channel or, close to source as you can and then channel that frequency and that vibration and bring down the divine so that others can feel that, understand it and hear it. And we can look at that reflected in his work. He did that through music. Classical music it puts you in an altered state and brings you pretty much to the seventh dimension. So if you're using frequency and vibration to raise your vibration, you can now embody who you are at a faster rate. So he did that. He embraced his divine will through walking his path. It wasn't just music or a way of self-expression, but it was literally connecting to God and expressing, or your true self, connecting to your daemon and source and expressing that source. So with all of this, I say, who are you? What is your path? What is your destiny? Who are you at your core? What are your truths? what is your daemon? Who are you as your daemon? What does your daemon embody? What archetype, essence, energies create and make this up? Imagine, visualize that. And with that, bring that into your reality, invoke it and become it. And then use those energies with your divine will, your true will and purpose, and use your daemon as the conduit to fulfill that purpose, to fulfill your destiny and why you incarnated here, why you came here. You have a purpose. It's called serving your purpose. You might not want to wake up and do it first thing, but if you did, it would empower your whole day. So with that, guys, stay hydrated, stay studying, stay meditating, and always embrace your greatest evolution and your source. Embody your daemon and become your greatest version. With that, guys, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. This is Atanu out. Peace. I'm out. Later, guys.